I want to talk about a certain type of loneliness that a lot of people have expressed to me. It's either people that I've worked with or people that I've just had these connection calls with, right? And this loneliness is something that they feel even when they're among others, whether it's friends, whether it's family, whether it's coworkers, whether it's people that they enjoy being around, they can still feel this loneliness, right? This need to connect with them, this need to be understood. That's something that they commonly express too, that they feel like they can understand anybody. They can connect to their pain. They can connect to the story they're saying. Whenever they're talking or it's their turn to express something, they don't feel understood and they just shut down and they're just a background character, right? Even in their own lives. And this feeling of not being understood and you're on your own island, right, leads to them never feeling fulfilled from social interactions. They never get that joy, that happiness that well-adjusted people do get from having the time, getting to spend that time with others, right? So what I often find with this is that there's usually an internal wound, a core wound that's happening, right? A neglect that happened when they were a child, a teenager, a terrible relationship where they may have put a lot of love into it and it just still ended up breaking, right? And this core wound, this neglect that's internal is giving them this intensity in all of their interactions, right? Where they're trying to connect with others too fast. They're trying to connect to others too deeply when it's not needed, right? When it's honestly, it's just a surface level social interaction, which is completely normal. But this intensity that they're bringing to all their interactions, others can feel that, right? Or others can notice it and they may not express it or consciously know it, but others will notice it around you. Where people talk about vibes, right? Well, you'll give off that vibe, right? That you're constantly seeking to fill that wound, that neglect that you're feeling internally. And until you address this deeper layer of yourself, whether it's through therapy, whether it's working through with somebody, whether it's actually developing more introspection, right? More self-awareness and addressing this deeper layer, you won't be able to interact with others in a healthy way. You'll constantly have this intensity, this deep need to connect with others. And when that goes away, you can kind of relax and just be okay in the present moment and not need to always be so deep with everybody or connect with everybody and be okay with just having normal conversations or just being able to find that fulfillment in those social interactions finally, right? So if this is something that you find you're stuck in, then it's going to be time to make a decision, right? So you can move forward in a more healthy and fulfilling way with all of your social interactions and you don't have to live with this loneliness. It's not a normal part of being human, right? We all need social interactions. We're social creatures. We have to have that in our life and getting fulfillment from it is an important part of being a well-adjusted person. So just know that you don't have to live with that loneliness.